how much do I need to live comfortably, and in a career that matches that with the satisfaction of doing something that you value and feel important is probably the biggest challenge. Is that part of personal financial planning? For my clients, it is. So in building your financial plan, a career and job is really important. It's important to match your financial goals. Of course, if you develop a partnership with a person that can solve some problems because it might add to your income, but it also can create other problems. So it's not necessarily the solution, but I think for most people it's important to think about relationships. What most people don't do is necessarily think about the financial impact of having a relationship. Retirement planning is a little more complicated. We had a question about how do you save money when you're close to retirement and you're looking at retirement and you need to increase your savings. I think one consoling thought is the period in life when people save money is when if you have children, you have a family, they're out of the house, college is paid for, and your expenses drop, basically. So after the age of 50, 55 is when those are the saving years. So if you haven't saved a whole lot until then, you're going to have to, in order, depending on how much you spend and how much you need, I'll give you something that's probably scary, but it's the way it is. If you want to think about retirement and how much money you need to retire, generally the rule of thumb is any amount of money at a distribution rate of 4% will last you for 30 years, including spending down the principal, if you adjust your spending every year for inflation. So your spending's going up. So $1 million can generate $40,000 the first year and then $41,200 the second year, and that'll last for 30 years. So if you're spending $40,000, you need $1 million in the bank, and you need to stop working at 65, and that'll give you till 95. Okay? Of course, we have Social Security, and you might have pensions and things like that. But think about how much you spend now and how much you have to save to keep supporting yourself. If you're spending $100,000 a year, $2.5 million in savings somewhere. So where is that? In California, where do a lot of people have that? In their homes. But like I said before, if it's in your home, you got to sell your home and create an income stream. This is the way you have to think. That's what the reality is. Now, that income stream, of course, whatever you're accumulating in Social Security, what do you folks, especially millennials, think about Social Security? Do you have any grounding in it? You understand what it is and how it works? So here's the way the system works. You would be in the stress motivational balance. It's good to think that you're going to have nothing because it motivates you. The reality is that 75% of Social Security comes from, for me, comes from you guys who are working and paying in. It's only this 25% that comes from that so-called lockbox trust fund. Okay? So the only real portion at risk is that 25%. But if you get $30,000 in Social Security a year, that $1 million, remember, to generate the $40,000? Well, guess what? If you spend $40,000, you only got to save $250,000 to get to $10,000. Having a pension, or having a pension in a traditional sense, which is a defined benefit plan, that basically requires you to earn lots of money. So probably not likely. But you can have a retirement plan. I have a SEP IRA, and that's what I use to contribute. And I have a wife who has a pension. So that's where, the partner kind of thing comes in, okay? So how do you save money, enough money for retirement when it's late in life and you're near retirement? You spend less, and, if you live in the Bay Area and you're spending, $120,000 a year, you might want to think about moving to Arizona when you retire. Or if you really want to live in a cheaper place, Costa Rica or places like that. There's a lot of creative retirement strategies if you haven't saved enough money. And the challenge for you is how could you erect these various psychological barriers and turn them into behavior change that allows you, first you have to figure out your goals, prioritize, clarify where your life's at, have the necessary hard discussions, and then sit down and begin to make a plan. And be patient with your plan. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't punish yourself. But you have to figure out how you can draw that wall, because if it's always tomorrow, you never get it done. My solution is incremental, small pieces. Okay? Start with $10 and have that grow.